Poland, a country of history, heritage, and hard-won independence. A land where families still gather around Sunday dinners, where villages still ring church bells, and where identity has always mattered. But today, many Poles are asking a difficult question. Are we losing control of our own borders? And if so, what's next? In recent months, illegal immigration has become one of the most debated topics in Poland. What was once a quiet concern has exploded into protests, marches, and calls for national action. This isn't about tourism. It's not about foreigners coming here to study or to work hard legally. This is about mass, undocumented migration, crossing borders without papers, vetting, or oversight. From the east, many believe Russia is fueling instability by encouraging migrant flows through Belarus. From the west, there are now videos showing German police allegedly transporting migrants to the Polish border. Is this a coincidence or something more coordinated? In Morocco, a hotel worker casually asked how to get into Europe through Russia. Not because he was escaping war or danger, but because he was told that in Poland the average person earns €8,000 a month. The truth? In Poland, most people earn between €1,200 and €1,400, and often much less after taxes. This kind of misinformation spreads like wildfire, fueling false hope and mass movement. And while many migrants are simply looking for a better life, others bring with them something far more dangerous. In one of the most horrific cases in recent memory, a Venezuelan migrant raped a young Polish woman and gouged out her eyes. She was just 24 years old. Another tragedy struck when a Colombian migrant stabbed a 41-year-old Polish man in the neck, killing him instantly. And on the Belarusian border, a Polish soldier lost his life after being attacked by a migrant with a knife. Every country has its own criminals, yes. But Poland, like any nation, doesn't need to import more. It's not about race or hatred. It's about law, safety, and order. Faced with growing threats and a lack of trust in political leaders, ordinary citizens began to take action. Across the German and Belarusian borders, groups of Polish football fans, veterans, and volunteers organized civilian patrols. They used their own resources to monitor crossings, alert authorities, and protect their communities. These weren't extremists. These were everyday people, farmers, fathers, students, patriots. But not everyone supported their actions. Just look to the West. In Belgium, France, Sweden, and Germany, entire neighborhoods have changed in just a generation. Locals are now minorities in their own cities. Crime, gang violence, and cultural clashes have escalated. Religious tensions rise. Authorities often look the other way. And now, Poland is being told to follow the same path. But why should we? Why repeat mistakes that others now regret? Poland is not a rich country. We don't have unlimited resources, housing, or jobs. Our healthcare system is already stretched. And despite what foreign media might say, most Poles are not driven by hatred or racism. They simply want stability. They want safety for their children and continuity for their communities. Without considering what the people know about it, the government already let in millions of Ukrainians fleeing war, more than almost any other country in Europe. They arrived by train, by foot, by bus. We offered shelter, jobs, school for their children. We welcomed them because they were our neighbors in need. And yet, there is a difference between helping during a crisis and losing control completely. Today, Poland is facing pressure on multiple fronts. From Russia's influence in Belarus, from Germany's open border stance, from the European Union's migrant quotas and regulations, and from within, as political elites push globalist policies disconnected from everyday life. More and more Poles are saying enough. Across Warsaw, Krakow, Gdansk, and small towns in between, tens of thousands have taken to the streets. They carry Polish flags, chant slogans like Polska dla Polaków, Poland for Poles, and demand that their voices be heard. They are not violent. They are not extremists. They are people who love their country. They remember their grandparents who fought in World War II. They remember communism. They remember how fragile freedom can be. And they will not give it away. Not for political convenience, not for globalist praise, and not under pressure from Brussels or Berlin. This issue is not unique to Poland. Across Europe, the same conversation is happening, often behind closed doors. Because in many places, speaking up can cost you your career or your freedom. But in Poland, people are still willing to speak, still willing to act. This is not a war against migrants. It is a stand for sovereignty, for culture, for order, for safety, for the right to decide who enters, who stays, and under what conditions. Poland is not perfect, but it is ours, and we have the right and the responsibility to protect it. Because once a nation loses control of its borders, it loses control of its future. This is not just a policy debate. This is the front line of identity, security, and survival. And the question now is clear. Will Poland stand, or will Poland fall in love?